Hello, lovely souls, and welcome back to Time for Gardening. I am so happy you're here with me today. Do you ever look at a small sun-baked patio or a bare garden wall and wish you could transform it into a lush, romantic escape? Well, you don't need a massive estate or an endless water supply to create the cottage garden of your dreams. Today, we are exploring vertical cottage gardening, specifically focusing on how to maximize those tiny spaces with high-impact, drought-tolerant charm. I've gathered 20 unique, upcycled inspirations that prove beauty can grow upwards, even in the driest conditions. Make sure to stay with me until the very end, because our final few ideas are total game changers for anyone looking to add that vintage secret garden feel to their home. Let's get growing. Repurposing old wooden shutters adds a layer of history and texture to your vertical space, turning a blank wall into a storytelling masterpiece. These weathered pieces provide a perfect rustic backdrop that softens the lines of your garden, while offering a sturdy, pre-slatted structure that is ideal for vertical planting. Building on this vintage charm, those very slats become natural pockets for a variety of colorful succulents like echeveria and sedum, which thrive with minimal water. This combination ensures that even the smallest balcony can boast a lush, textured tapestry that remains vibrant throughout the heat of summer, proving that high-style design doesn't require a high water bill. Hanging antique wrought iron bird cages evokes a sense of Victorian whimsy, transforming thin air into a focal point of vertical interest. These ornate pieces catch the light beautifully and create an immediate sense of character, especially when grouped at varying heights to lead the eye upward and make a small space feel much larger. To complement this delicate ironwork, filling the cages with trailing creeping thyme and silver falls de Chandra adds a soft, cascading element that feels both wild and intentional. These drought-hardy choices ensure the display remains ethereal and lush without requiring constant maintenance, perfectly capturing the effortless beauty of a cottage retreat. A weathered wooden ladder is more than just a tool. It is a vertical stage that allows you to layer your garden in levels, maximizing every square inch of a compact patio. By leaning it against a sunny wall, you create a rustic, multi-tiered display that feels deeply rooted in traditional cottage aesthetics while keeping the ground clear. Each rung serves as a dedicated shelf for terracotta pots filled with aromatic, drought-tolerant herbs like rosemary, sage, and lavender. This organized yet organic arrangement not only saves space but also keeps your culinary essentials within arm's reach, proving that functionality and charm can truly go hand in hand in a water-wise garden. Integrating copper pipe trellises introduces a touch of modern elegance that develops a beautiful patina over time, blending seamlessly with the natural tones of a cottage garden. The sleek vertical lines provide a sophisticated contrast to the soft, sprawling nature of garden greenery, guiding the eye toward the sky in even the narrowest side yards. This sturdy support system is the perfect partner for drought-resistant climbing roses, which can scale the copper frame to create a wall of fragrant blooms, even in drier climates. By training these resilient varieties upward, you transform a plain boundary into a romantic corridor of color and scent that defies the limitations of a small footprint. Stacking vintage fruit crates offers a modular and highly customizable way to build height in your garden, perfect for creating a sense of enclosure on an open patio. The aged wood brings a warm, lived-in feel to the environment, instantly making a new garden space feel established and full of character through simple upcycling. Within these vertical nooks, Mediterranean herbs like oregano and thyme find a cozy home where they can bask in the sun and benefit from the crate's natural drainage. This approach allows you to cultivate a productive herb wall that is as visually engaging as it is practical for a water-conscious lifestyle, making every watering count. An ornate antique frame acts as a window into a living world, allowing you to treat your garden walls like a gallery of natural art. By mounting a shallow planting box inside a vintage frame, you create a sophisticated vertical feature that draws the eye and adds a touch of formal cottage elegance to any outdoor seating area. Within this frame, a dense arrangement of drought-tolerant mosses and colorful stone crops creates a living tapestry that requires very little soil or water. The result is a stunning low-maintenance masterpiece that stays green and lush year-round, proving that you don't need a large plot of land to grow something truly beautiful. Using galvanized buckets as vertical planters brings a touch of farmhouse utility to the cottage garden, creating a look that is both rugged and refined. When mounted against a dark wooden fence or a brick wall, these silver accents pop with industrial charm and provide deep enough pockets for roots to stay cool in the sun. To keep the look airy and light, these buckets are the perfect home for blue fescue grass and other drought-hardy ornamentals that sway gently in the breeze. The metallic sheen of the buckets beautifully reflects the soft blues and silvers of the foliage, resulting in a cohesive, water-wise display that adds movement to a static vertical space. The humble wooden pallet is a vertical garden's best friend, offering a ready-made structure that can be easily transformed into a lush wall of blooms with very little effort. By lining the internal slats with natural burlap, you create a breathable environment for plants that maintains a soft, earthy aesthetic consistent with the cottage garden style. Once the structure is ready, filling it with heat-loving plants like verbena and lantana creates a vertical explosion of color that can withstand the harshest summer sun. This upcycled solution turns a common item into a dense, blooming privacy screen that maximizes growing space while keeping water needs at a manageable level. Suspending a large sculptural piece of driftwood creates a floating garden that feels like a natural work of art found on a quiet shoreline. This chandelier approach utilizes the often ignored overhead space, adding layers of depth and mystery to your cottage garden without taking up a single inch of floor space. Because this display features tillandsia, or air plants, it is the ultimate drought-tolerant solution, as these plants pull moisture directly from the air rather than the soil. Nestled into the natural crevices of the wood, these alien-like beauties create a whimsical, low-maintenance focal point that perfectly captures the found object spirit of a cottage aesthetic. Woven willow cones bring an artisan, handcrafted feel to the garden, providing a sturdy yet flexible structure for plants to climb. These natural shapes mimic the organic flow of a cottage garden, adding height and architectural interest to small corners or even large pots where ground space is limited. When paired with drought-hardy perennials like autumn joysedum, the willow structure provides support as the plants grow heavy with late-season blooms. This combination of natural wood and resilient greenery creates a vertical feature that changes beautifully with the seasons, requiring minimal intervention to look its absolute best. Mounting vintage teapots to a garden wall or fence transforms ordinary kitchenware into a quirky and delightful vertical garden. This playful use of upcycled materials adds a splash of color and personality, creating a tea party atmosphere that invites guests to linger and explore the small details of your outdoor space. From the spouts of these teapots, trailing plants like string of pearls or sedum burrito cascade down like pouring tea, creating a whimsical visual effect. These succulents are exceptionally drought-tolerant, making them the perfect choice for the small, contained environment of a ceramic teapot where water evaporates slowly. A dry-stack stone wall with built-in planting pockets brings the rugged beauty of the English countryside to your backyard, no matter where you live. These pockets allow you to plant directly into the vertical structure, making the wall itself a living, breathing part of the garden, rather than just a boundary. These rocky crevices are the natural habitat for drought-hardy alpine plants like rock cress and creeping phlox, which will eventually spill over the stones in a waterfall of color. This method mimics how plants grow in nature, creating a resilient and visually stunning vertical garden that thrives on neglect and minimal rainfall. Incorporating recycled wine bottles into a vertical wall feature adds a shimmering, reflective element that plays with the afternoon sun. Whether arranged in a mosaic or stacked in a wooden frame, the glass provides a unique texture and a pop of color that complements the natural greens of the garden foliage. By nesting drought-tolerant sedums and small grasses around the glass, you create a high-contrast display where the organic meets the man-made. The glass doesn't just look beautiful, it also helps retain a bit of moisture in the surrounding soil pockets, helping your low-water plants stay hydrated during a heat wave. Felt pocket systems offer a modern, lightweight way to cover an entire wall in greenery without the weight of traditional pots. These soft, breathable pockets allow for excellent air circulation to the roots, which is vital for plant health in the humid or high heat conditions often found in small, enclosed patios. To achieve a true cottage feel within this modern system, choose a variety of drought-tolerant foliage plants in varying shades of silver, lime, and forest green. The result is a lush vertical carpet of texture that softens hard architectural lines and creates a cooling microclimate for your outdoor living area. A reclaimed cast iron gate serves as a dramatic and sturdy backdrop for a vertical garden, bringing a sense of history and permanence to the space. Its intricate scrolls and heavy bars provide the perfect anchor for heavy climbing plants, turning a flat wall into a grand architectural statement. When draped with fragrant, drought-hardy jasmine, the iron gate becomes a wall of perfume and white blossoms that can survive long periods of dry weather. This pairing of cold iron and soft, scented petals creates a classic cottage garden contrast that feels both timeless and sophisticated. Hanging burlap sacks filled with soil is a clever way to grow food vertically, especially for those with limited ground space. The rustic texture of the burlap blends seamlessly into a cottage setting, while the porous fabric ensures that the roots of your plants never sit in stagnant water. Filling these sacks with alpine strawberries, a variety known for being more drought-resilient than their garden cousins, allows you to harvest sweet fruit at eye level. This vertical patch stays off the ground and away from pests, providing a clean and efficient way to enjoy a pick-as-you-go garden in the smallest of spaces. A vertical herb rack made from painted mason jars offers a clean, organized, and colorful way to keep your favorite scents and flavors nearby. By mounting the jars on a reclaimed wood board, you create a farmhouse chic feature that can be placed right outside the kitchen door for ultimate convenience. Choosing drought-tolerant herbs like French lavender and thyme ensures that these jars stay full of life, even if you forget to water them for a few days. The small volume of the jars is perfectly suited for these slow-growing, water-wise plants, allowing you to maintain a miniature herb garden that looks as good as it smells. A wire mesh grid provides a sleek and industrial-inspired framework that allows for total flexibility in your vertical garden layout. By simply clipping small terracotta pots to the mesh, you can rearrange your garden on a whim, moving plants to follow the sun or to change the visual composition of the wall. Populating the grid with various agave and small succulents creates a high-impact, low-maintenance display that feels modern yet fits the collected vibe of a cottage garden. These plants are the champions of drought tolerance, making this wire wall a set it and forget. It's a solution for busy gardeners who still want a stunning visual impact. Stacking terracotta pots in a tiered, fountain-like arrangement creates a sense of movement and spilling beauty without the need for actual running water. This vertical tower draws the eye upward and provides a 360-degree growing surface, making it an ideal centerpiece for a small garden table or patio corner. To enhance the fountain effect, plant heat-loving portulaca in the top tiers, so they can cascade down the sides in a riot of neon-colored blooms. These plants love the sun and require very little water, thriving in the porous terracotta which helps prevent root rot while maintaining a classic, sun-baked aesthetic. An old window pane used as a vertical garden frame acts as a beautiful transparent wall that defines a space without blocking the light. By hanging glass globes or small pots from the frame, you create a layered look that feels like a miniature greenhouse, protecting your plants while putting them on a literal pedestal. Inside this vertical display, drought-resistant air plants or small hanging succulents can flourish, catching the light as it passes through the glass. This setup is perfect for small cottage courtyards, where the reflection and transparency of the glass help to open up the area, making your vertical oasis feel bright, airy, and full of light. It's truly incredible how a bit of vertical thinking can turn a cramped corner into a living masterpiece. From vintage shutters to upcycled teapots, we've seen today that you don't need a lot of space or a lot of water to maintain a breathtaking cottage aesthetic. The key is choosing the right hardy plants and giving them a sturdy, charming structure to climb. If today's video gave you some time for inspiration, please give it a like and hit that subscribe button to join our growing community here at Time for Gardening. I'd love to hear from you in the comments. Which of these 20 ideas was your favorite? Or better yet, what are you planning to grow vertically this season? Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.